All right, so let's do a quick plumbing plan. So here's a house that I have an old design that's half finished. Let's go to ground floor plumbing, and there's a couple things here that I must have added after I hit everything. You hit everything in yours, so let's find some of those things. Um, let's take everything and I just click down here on reveal elements. So that's that little light bulb. And I'm going to select everything. Of course, I don't want to reveal everything. I just want to filter. And I just want to reveal the plumbing fixtures and the specialty equipment. So when I click apply, that's just going to be range, washer and dryer, sinks, toilets, stuff like that. And so I'll hit OK, and I will right click on any one of those selected things and unhide elements, and that unhides them in view. So now I can get out of that. And I'm also just gonna, I forgot to hide my couches, so I'm gonna hide these real quick. Okay, all the couches are gone. So we have everything that kind of uses water. So when we're doing a plumbing plan, we're actually just gonna use a detail line. Now, these lines that they have default are not very good, just real thin lines. So what we're going to do instead is we're going to create our own line. So we're going to go to Manage, Additional Settings, and we're going to create a new line style. So Line Styles, and we need to make a new one. So we're going to go to New. We're going to call it Water Supply Cold. Okay. And let's do the weight as 3. Let's call it Blue. That's my dog in the background. If you hear some whining, let's do another new one for the hot water. Water supply hot. Let's make it a line weight. This is the line thickness here of 3. Let's make it red. And let's do each of those as a different style. Let's do them as dash, dot, and dash, dot. And then we'll do one more new one. And this one will be for wastewater. That's like our drains and our sewers and stuff. That one, let's do a weight of 3, and let's make that one green. Typically is green or brown. Hit apply and OK, and nothing happened. And that's because we didn't do anything. We just created some new line styles that we can use later. So when we go to annotate and detail line, I see this pop up, or else click over here on modify detail lines. And then now when we go to pick a line, we have all these different line styles. So let's start with the cold, since that's what comes in. I'm going to start it coming in my house from over here. So start outside your house. And let's try to get it kind of in the middle of our wall. It doesn't really honestly matter. Start outside your house. It's going to come in a straight line. And, it's going to go to a couple things. First of all, it's going to come over here. It's obviously going to go to our washing machine. Hit escape. Let's start again. It's going to come down here to our sink, and for cold water typically goes to the right hand side of a sink, and that's about it. It doesn't obviously go to our oven. It's going to start it again. It's going to come through our wall and go to the hot water heater, and then it's going to go all the way across our house, and we're going to say that it runs underneath the joists. I wasn't too picky on that for you guys, but then it's going to branch here and go to, whoops, sorry, I hit escape twice on accident. So let me go up here again it's going to branch here. It's going to come up here to the toilet. And it's also going to go to the tub. And it's also going to go to this toilet. And also to the sink on the right hand side. And also this sink down here. And don't worry if you can't go as fast as I'm going, because you can always pause this and do it later. Alright, so these are typically parallel and perpendicular lines. So now we're going to do the hot water. So for the hot water, annotate detail line, and now we're going to choose a different line style, the hot water one. This one starts out at the water heater, so that's a difference. So let's start that at the water heater. Let's go into the wall. They can overlap or not. I prefer them not to overlap, but for the sake of this video, I don't really care. Here we go. There's going to be hot water going to the wash machine. And of course, hot water going to the kitchen sink. Don't have to be too perfect. I just need to see that you know where stuff goes. And of course, hot water going over to all this stuff over here. So you would have to go ahead and run it upwards to your here down to your tub. And then also to this sink, but not to your toilets. So, and of course you'd run it to this sink too, but I'm not going to do that right now. The last thing we'll do is wastewater, and so we'll go over here and we'll go to grab our wastewater line, and of course this usually comes actually from the same place. Typically your washing machine will have a drain. Then typically, of course, we have waste that's coming from your sink. And again, if you can, try to make these lines not overlap. And then, of course, we have wastewater that's coming from this side of the house. From the toilet. And then from this sink. Whoops. Let's see if we can get it start there. And then, of course, from this toilet. And that's too many things in one place. Let's see. There we go. And of course from this tub. And you would also have wastewater coming from this sink. And then, of course, all those things come together and go out your house towards the same place where the cold water came in. And that's it. That's your plumbing plan.